We've also had the opportunity and privilege to hang out with the team from the Leprosy Mission. And they join us in studio actually this morning because there's an initiative that some of you may be able to be a part of. It's the Youth Advocate Scholarship 2024. Put your hands together for the Executive Director, Gillian. Nice to have you in, Gillian.
Kia ora. Hello, everyone. Good to be here, guys.
And Callum.
Kia ora,
Thanks for coming in,
for
bro.
having us. Yeah.
So, Gillian, it's nice to see you again. We've obviously done some fundraising days with the Leprosy Mission and raised a lot of funds to, free people of leprosy all around the world. So it's nice to see you again. You guys do amazing work all around the world, particularly in Nepal. Tell us about this Youth Advocate program and scholarship, because it's open for application now. What do people need to know and who are you looking for?
We are on the hunt with people who have got a passion for mission, who have a passion for social justice, those who are students, so maybe last year of school, going into tertiary next year, already in tertiary. So that kind of age group, and we just want you to get involved in seeing the end of leprosy. So we talk about no child with leprosy by 2035, and that is getting closer and closer, and you can be part of that by coming on the journey, coming up to see the work in Nepal and taking that passion, seeing the work, and it's just amazing. It's a hospital, it's community development. We have fun times. We do a mini trek. It is just an incredible experience. And bring that back to New Zealand, share it with others, and be in a position to raise funding for our work in Nepal for a special project there. Have to say, though, it is a scholarship. So those who go, it is paid for you to go to Nepal. You are not raising funds for your own trip.
Oh, that's good. I would imagine that it's a special calling for a lot of people, right? It's not just for anyone. So do you get a lot of applicants?
We get a lot of people who are interested, and then it filters down to those who are really interested. And you can be, from any study discipline at all. So, we obviously attract the med students, the nurses, the physios, pharmacy, but those involved in law, worried about social justice, social workers, teachers, architects. We've had all sorts who this is their opportunity to go to the mission field when they know that's not going to be their career. And they have an opportunity to actually see the work in action.
Awesome.
Pretty amazing thing to do at that age, especially, right? Because, real formative time of your life. You're leaving, the school system, moving into tertiary. Things are becoming a lot more your decision now about your life, where you want to go, how you want to live, and what you're going to value, and all of those sorts of things. And I think those kind of experiences where you go overseas and you get a whole different view of the world can be extremely formative and shaping in terms of what you're going to lead on to make decisions about in the future, or maybe alter your pathway or something like that a little bit. So really amazing opportunity, especially as a scholarship, to sign up to something like that. In terms of, if anyone's listening that is like, oh, this could be a bit of me, I might want to do something like that. Or maybe, someone listening who might know somebody that they're like, this would be great for them. How do people sort of get in touch, or where do they go?
Yeah, jump on our website, or you can call or text 022 199 5758 with I am interested, and we will get back to you.
We'll get those details at the end of this chat too, Gillian. Just so happens we've actually have someone in studio who was a past Youth Advocate Scholarship winner, Clark Kent. You look like Clark Kent, you young Superman.
You won't get the joke because you can't see Callum here, but you're right, actually. Right, bit of that going on. I should say, Dr. Callum, officially. And so a few years ago, Callum, you did the Youth Advocacy Scholarship and Program. What was your experience like?
Yeah, thanks. So, wow, that was back in 2017. I was one of the scholars back then, and Gillian took me and about 8 others over to Nepal. We landed in Kathmandu, and then we just spent that time looking at what the Leprosy Mission does over there before eventually coming back to New Zealand and helping out with that fundraising and advocacy work. So we saw the Leprosy Hospital, we saw the wards, the theatres, we saw the day clinics that they run, We saw community groups where people with leprosy get together and organise and come together for like support and finances. And we saw the broken X-ray machine, and it was our job to come back and try and make some money. Come
get
for
a
that.
new one.
Yeah.
What was that like for you as a younger man, kind of at that age and seeing a whole, maybe another side of how people live in the world that you hadn't seen before? Is that something that's kind of stuck with you, and what was that like for you?
That was formative, that experience. I had, thought part of medical school is you go overseas and at one stage of the degree and you see, what life is like for people with a bit less privilege than what we do. But getting that experience early really pointed my heart towards that at a really early stage. And so after I started working, I took a bit of time off and actually went to Zambia and actually have, sort of continued working with people with leprosy and other things in that context. So that really put me on a path which I wasn't on before I did the scholarship.
And what did you find out about yourself, Callum? Because you go over there as a young professional, right? And you say it was formative, must have been confronting as well. Yeah. This would have been a self-discovery mission for you too?
There was self-discovery in there, and I think that the thing that I found most was how deeply you can feel for people who, if you see a photo of someone who's suffering, you feel it in that way. And then when you're just in the midst of it, it just elevates that to a whole nother level. And it sort of takes it from being the impersonal to the personal, takes it from, what can others do to what can I do? How can I step in and get involved? And I think that happened for me.
Awesome. We're so far removed from it here, I think when I think of leprosy, I think of, biblical times. I think people should not have leprosy in 2023, but it still exists, right?
Indeed, and no, you're right. There shouldn't be leprosy today. It's a disease of poverty. If we solve poverty, we solve leprosy, but, that's a long haul. So let's really tackle leprosy, and that's what we're trying to do in the next 12 years to stop leprosy transmission and make sure that no one else is going to have lifelong disability or stigma because of it.
Well, we hope that goal is achieved and that 2035 there is no more leprosy, and I hope you've got a plan B for your career, Gillian, because I don't know what happens after 2035. You're going to have to pivot, right, if there's no more leprosy.
And we want to. We want to.
And you better be careful because you've got a young doctor here who's probably going to hunt for your job too.
So one more time, Gillian, give us the website. I think will be the best way people can get in touch with you guys to find out more about the program. And maybe if you're listening and you know someone or you are someone who would want to even just find out more about the scholarship, where should people go?
Yep, jump on the website, leprosymission.org.nz, or give us a call on 022 199 5758, or just text I am interested to that number.
Thanks, Gillian. Thank you again, Callum, for dropping in this morning. We appreciate you. Go well. God bless.
Thank God.
God bless. Thank you.